Hey liberals, I'm talking to you. I'm here to discuss with you the 90% voting for Democrats by black community. And I have a theory. This theory may be wrong, but I'm more likely to get into it. Now, I would like to discuss something. I had an argument with somebody on Facebook. They said, hey, if we were truly equal, how come I couldn't vote? How come we couldn't vote until civil rights in 1960? And that is a false narrative. The civil rights did away with legislation that was considered racist, which was racist, and that was the literacy test and the voting tax. But those things did affect poor white people too during this time. And it was established by Democrats, by the way, because Democrats is always not only trying to harm the black people or get the black people under their control, they are also targeting poor white people too. So I'm just bringing it out there. They're not only against black people, they're against poor white people. If you look at the Jim Crow laws, they were found by Democrats. KKK, founded by Democrats. But I digressed. But this does have something to do with the story. But the black people were able to vote since 1865. In 1867, they sent 22 black delegates to Congress. Now, this did not sit well with the Ku Klux Klan. They were upset, so they started using terroristic tactics like threatening, harming, destruction of property, and murder to blacks and white Republicans at this time. This, to me, set up the stage. The stage is set for the voting. That's the reason why the voting is so consistent. Okay, and that's the reason why in the South, until basically Ronald Reagan voted blue, the South was blue. Oh, it was blue, and now it's red. And I do believe that's the case because people started looking at their political identity and not what their grandparents and other people had them to vote. Because the South was based in tradition, and they voted the way they were taught to vote. Same way I do feel the blacks were voted the same way they're taught. And this, to me, leads to why it's 90%. The South realized, like I said, the political identity and started voting according to their beliefs, not what they were used to culturally. But the black community still follow the culture guidelines, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, please tell me how. And now this brings us to now. Okay, Black Lives Matter has played a very important role with the Democrats. They are the new KKK, because the KKK is pretty much dead. Last I looked in 2012, they only had 6,000 members. Because honestly, hardly anybody cares about skin color now. Really, trust me. My conversations when we talk about people, has nothing to do with race. I've never been in a situation where race is brought up a lot, unless it's a political. Now, in political, people use race because they try to make us conservative look racist when we don't care. But the Democrats use fear and racism to further their agenda and to get black votes. And how they do this is through, like I said, through race and fear. So, it's funny, 2016, Black Lives Matter, very, very active during that. Very active. Not as active as today, but they was close to it. Now, here we go, another election time, and you have cities burning, looters, rioters. And who's behind it? Antifa and Black Lives Matter. An arm of the Democrat Party, same as the media. Now, like I said, 90% of blacks vote Democrat. And that's the reason why Joe Biden made a comment that said, his quote was, the Latino Americans is not is more is very diverse in their political opinion. They're politically diverse, unlike the African American, with some exceptions, basically saying, I don't have to work for the black votes. I got it in the bag. Now, I don't think this time around that this is going to follow suit. I think it's not. The black community is still going to vote very high for the Democrat Party, but we're going to see a little bit difference. I think we're going to see instead of 90%, I think it's going to be 85%. I think we're going to at least get 5% voting for the conservative. And I say this because if you look at the YouTube channel, there's more black conservatives showing up on YouTube every day. There's more black conservatives on YouTube than there are white conservatives. And places, people like the Conservative Twins, Jericho Green, and Officer Tatum. And there's many more. And one day I'm going to have a list of all the conservatives I watch. And I'm going to go all over it with them. Y'all should check them out. Y'all might get some insights. Y'all might start changing your opinion. But I really do recommend you check those people out. And I would like to wish one of them will start a hashtag free thinking movement on there, because that's the movement I'm calling it. I'm calling it free thinking movement, because these individuals are thinking not as a collective, but they're doing the political identity. They're like, wait a minute, I'm conservative. Because one thing they all have in common is that they used to vote Democrat. They used to believe the lies that the media has said until they actually started thinking for themselves. And the Conservative Twins said ever since they've been thinking for themselves, things have been a lot better. You need to check out their videos. But please subscribe to my video. I want those followers. And also, please leave a like and hit the notification button. And please share. Thank you.